In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a track like Vluarr.
Cheap copy of by myself.
Hey, who said that? It's called taking inspiration, my friend. You know what I mean. But before we jump into the project, quick heads up. It's Black Friday season and it's crazy. The Black Friday sale started on November 7th and goes until December 6th, and you're getting 40% off on everything. My Atmos pack, my sound bank, remakes, original song FLPs, all 40% off. Basically everything. But wait, there's more. The everything bundle. And yeah, the name kinda gives it away. Literally includes everything. All my paid products, all my FLPs, and both of my sample packs. If you bought them separately, it would be around $290, but with the whopping 60% discount, it's only $116.60. That's 25 products, which means each one is like $4.6. Bro, that's cheaper than a Starbucks coffee. I don't know, I never been to Starbucks though. Never mind. And as a bonus, you'll also get the FLP of this Vluarr style track I'm showing you in this video. So if you are interested, head over to unassumingmusic.com, grab something dope this Black Friday. And honestly, that's the best way to support the channel so I can keep making these videos like this one. Okay, let's jump back into the project. The drop. Let's start with the drums. You want them to be punchy, snappy, and smacking right into your face in a good way. Start with a solid kick, not too long, not too short. Then add some wide and hard claps. Vluarr's drops are all about rhythm and movement, so I threw in some perks and sweep claps to get that groove going. You can really feel the movement here, just little details that make a huge difference. Oh, and fun fact, these perks are actually from my By Myself remake. I just ended them out because work smarter, not harder, my friend. And if my voice sounds a bit weird, yeah, I'm fighting a cold right now. Anyway, let's move on. Added some hi-hats, loops, and a few drum fills for energy. For processing, on the kick, just a shaper box to shorten it and a clipper. On claps, just an EQ to clean the lows. On the main drum bus, just Cashmere Essentials and G-clip. That's it, the secret sauce. Now, let's talk about the bass traps. Super important for that stamped or Vluarr style sound. Layers. And for the processing, on all the layers, I'm just adding erosion, Valhalla room for like automation, and class J-clip. Now, the fun part, drop synths. When layering your synth shots, keep this in mind. Don't go crazy with the bright sounds. Use approx 2-3 high-end layers and let the rest be more mellow, like dull. We will bring the sparkle back later with distortion and erosion. The main layers without effect sounds like this. And with effect, it sounds like this. Layers. So layers without effect sounds like this. For the effects, on this layer, I'm adding little alto boy with -1 format, then RC20, then saturation, then again erosion, then again saturation, then some more distortion and EQ to cut the low end. And then it's started to the final bus where I'm adding OTT, some EQs to shape the sound, then shaper box and Valhalla room for automation, then again EQ to shape the sound, then Suit2, which is sidechain to the vocals, then Fruity filter and J-clip. So the effects are same for these 4 layers. Then on this layer, I'm just adding this EQ to reduce the high end, and then it's linked to this bus. And then we have this layer. And this layer is actually from my By Myself remake. See, recycling isn't just for plastic. Then I add these layers for like body. And for the effects, I'm adding RC20, erosion, Saturn, EQ, like same things, nothing crazy. Then added some attack layers for transient and punch. And this layer in Stretch Pro mode to give it that unique texture. And with all the layers and the effects on, this thing sounds massive. And one pro tip, if you are using synth shots, make your final melody on the piano roll first. Trust me, changing notes later across 10 different samples is pure torture. Now the drop bass. So this is our main drop bass. Layers. On the mid bass, I'm adding EQs, OTT, Camel Crusher and Decapitator for distortion, more EQs and Serum effects for automation. On the sub bass, I'm adding nothing to be honest. Then on the final bus, just EQ to shape it and a J-clip. And once that's done, I render out the mid bass and sub bass separately for more control. Now check this out. Without the extra layers, the bass feels a bit empty. You can hear it needs some warmthness like low mids. So I added some extra layers to fill that low mid region. Sounds like this. So on this layer, first I'm adding this EQ to cut the high end, then RC20 for distortion, and again EQ to cut the high end and the sub bass frequencies, then another EQ which is doing nothing. I think there's just a slight boost on the bass frequencies, then at last clipper to cut the peaks. Then on the second layer, I'm adding this EQ to cut the sub bass frequencies and boosting the main bass frequencies, and this patcher with mid-side EQ to like make everything below 180Hz mono. Then it's time for some ear candy, a chord stab inspired by High Enough. Then I also added this drop plug for like harmony, which is kinda weird but it works. And boom, that's the drop done. Now on to the intro, one of my favorite parts. Vluarr's intros are atmospheric and vibey. I started with a Reese bass from my STMPD sound bank, then added a bunch of atmospheric samples from my Atmospheric Sample Pack Volume 2 and few from Splice 2. These are from my Atmospheric Sample Pack Volume 2 and these are from the Splice. Together it just sounds massive. Then add a sick vocal, and by the way it's AI generated vocal. And yeah, I know it's kinda odd, but we are in 2025. Let me know your opinions in the comment about the AI vocals. Some parts of the vocal had empty spaces, so I automated reverb and delay to fill those gaps smoothly.
You float across the floor like swell. The truth unknowing just revolve.
Next up, the verse. Here the bass progression changes and you will notice Vluarr's signature pluck sound. I actually learned a lot from his STEMP masterclass, so definitely check that out too, but at your own risk. Then a mono bass line for extra movement. First I'm adding little alto boy, then saturation, and again RC20 for distortion, then EQ to reduce the high end and the sub bass frequencies, then a shaper box to make it short. So without shaper box it sounds like this, and with it it's more choppy, which sounds pretty dope. And then this Vluarr sound, and I'm automating the pitch here. Then I added some transition elements and some sick tremolo sounds from my Atmospheric Sample Pack. Now the pre-build, everything's mostly the same, just I added drums to build momentum. Then I added this chord inspired by his track Anyway with Miro. And this beautiful arp that glues everything together. Now for the build up, add some sick build up drums, risers and effects to create tension. Then filtered lead for energy. Then I also changed the bass progression here. And don't forget about the build-up automation. And that's pretty much the full track. Now let's check out the final result.
You float across the floor like swell. The truth unknowing just revolve. I watch the flicker in your eyes, the blueprint of your next disguise. I should erase this gravity, a beautiful catastrophe. I know the rules, I know the sting. The only fate this kind of joy can bring. The air gets thin when you draw near, replacing every settled fear. You are the static in the sound, nowhere to hold and never bound. It's just the fire I came to meet. The bittersweet, the incomplete.
This track was made by Anasami.
It's just the fire I came to meet.
So yeah, that's how you can make a track like Vluarr. Let me know in the comments what you think about this track and what tutorial you want to see next. Remember, this FLP is included in the Everything bundle, available only till December 6th, and there's 40% off on all individual products. So don't sleep on the Black Friday sale. And if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, share it with your producer friends and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.